Hawks vs. Bucks. Brook Lopez's stellar defense helped Milwaukee take away Atlanta's easiest sources of offense. The NBA playoffs are fundamentally about weaknesses, and when you reach the Final Four, teams tend to be so good that weaknesses are often less a function of deficiency than compromise. The Milwaukee Bucks have built a defense devoted largely to protecting the basket. They gladly sacrifice jumpers, deploy Giannis Antetokounmpo more as a weak side menace than a man-to-man stopper, and most glaringly, tend to play conservative drop coverage against pick and roll. Doing so makes it far more difficult for opponents to score at the rim. The compromise in that rim protection is the middle of the floor. Drop your center back to the basket, and most elite ball handlers are going to accept the space they're given and beat you with pull-up jumpers or driving floaters. Trae Young did both on his way to 48 points in Game 1, but those pesky floaters were what really killed the Bucks. Young got them essentially whenever he wanted them. Notice the distance between Lopez and Young once Young comes off of those screens. Lopez played so far back that Young had no chance of making layups over him at the basket, but he didn't exactly need to. With that much space, floaters to Young aren't much harder than open layups. The cost of the compromise was simply too high. Young made 9 shots in that general region of the floor in Game 1. In Game 2, he didn't even attempt that many two-pointers. The Bucks stopped compromising. They maintained a version of their drop coverage in Game 2, but rather than sinking all the way to the basket, Lopez played much closer to the level of the screen.The difference was night and day. He's above the extended foul line on this play, and rather than wait for Young to come to him at the rim, he's actively backpedaling as Young attacks to protect against that drive without sacrificing the floater. In essence, he is trying to defend both possibilities at once, and he does so wonderfully. He catches Young in the air without a plan here, and the result is a turnover.